jumping off that front row. It's been a pretty stable battle for both sides at the scrum. Fiji sometimes getting a push on. Hawkins now trying to find Ortiz on the shoulder. So loose ball, now a penalty, scrum advantage for Fiji. Still on that yellow card, just a minute left. So they'll come back for that knock on. And this will help them kind of wind that clock down, Bree.
Yeah, and the referee just bringing it back to the initial infringement. When the team that has the ball still has ball in hand even after some sort of infringement, they let them play on.
Yeah, and when Devon tries to score, but she's pulling us out apart. So we're trying to go square, but it's only create that small wheel. Yeah. And we're just trying to stay square. Yeah, no, sure. I think you're doing a good job at the moment. Okay. All right. We'll just keep that stability. I'll keep an eye on that for you as well, all right? You all good?
And you love hearing the referee chat to Captain Kate Zachary there, just trying to raise something to be aware of. But that's what we love in the sport of rugby, is that you get the referee mic during every match. You can hear exactly what they're telling the players.
Just such respect for the referee as well. The captain is able to ask questions, and if the referee has a moment, they will answer more than likely. Yellow card winding down for Fiji. This may be another opportunity for them here. They did score just a few moments ago to half the score for the United States, 14-7. Penalty, our first penalty of the match. Fiji beneficiary of that.
Listen,
yeah, I think
there's no come-on refs and there's no arms in airs, okay?
Again, just more communication there. I think that Zachary got called for not rolling away in the ruck. When you make that tackle, as soon as you hit the ground, you got to get out of there. You cannot be any more influence on the play, and she was, and so that's why Fiji gets the penalty. That is a beautiful kick down sideline. Now, on a penalty, anytime you kick for territory here, we'll get a replay of what just happened there. Zachary lands right on top of the ball carrier. It makes it impossible for Fiji to get that ball out, which is why that penalty happened. And when you kick out of balance, if the ball goes straight out, you get rewarded with possession. So great field opportunity for Fiji.
Fiji back to full strength as well for this line out. They're going to go quickly to the maul. It's brought down by Blue, so we'll no penalty, play on. Reilumu finding an inside center. Nehamu with a carry. Now United States under the pump here, the pressure. Fiji could get some points on the board here, about 5 meters out. It's a loose ball though, United States end up with it. They're gonna go wide with it into Koulibaly's hands. She has some super speed. She finds her fullback, Watatonga, who drops the ball here. The crowd, the disappointment there, United States, that was in their hands.
Oh, just unlucky for the U.S. But Koulibaly, Watatonga looking to take it home for a third try. Not to be in this moment. Fiji did such a good job of just recovering and getting something there. As you take a look now, Koulibaly trying to outrun, isn't able to. Good recovery defense. Oh, and then Watatonga, you have to imagine that ball is sweaty. Just slips out of the hands there.
So we'll swing back to a Fijian scrum on the other side of the pitch. They are back to full strength after that yellow card.
Basically, you're not going to run me over. I get it. Binds!
Talia, one in the channel!
Set!
Little push from Fiji there, really getting the United States under pressure. Now it's stopped. They've gotten them there. They're going to go to the right side. Reilumu finds the wing. Delewau just manages to stay in bounds. That's really good by Fiji. And their forwards are very direct in their play, so we will see them carry quite a bit here. Now goes to the number 1, Senavutu. Only 22 years of age. It is a young Fijian side that we're seeing here. A little dancing in the steps now to the fly half. Kanita, a little bit of isolation. Hope trying to get that ball. She's going to get the penalty as she does so often.
You talk about a textbook steal. Sometimes we call it a poach or a jackal.
Back and we'll have a conversation in a minute. Not now.
Looks like there'll be a bit of a chat, but Hope Rogers, the legendary prop, saw the tackle happen in front of her, just that body position, able to get low, and before Fiji was able to put that ball back towards their team, just got right in there and stole that ball right away, getting the reward for this USA side.
And it lets Hawkins breathe a little bit. They get a kick here, and they will get this back for this. And there's that conversation again. Fiji just questioning, was that a penalty or not? Cox doesn't sound convinced, but the United States will have a line out here. Catherine Treader with the throw.
The nine's getting treated, that's why, yeah. Yeah, she's coming over, mate. Yeah, no problem. Good work.
Treader out of plays with Loughborough on the PWR and also the Bay Breakers and the WER, all the abbreviations here in rugby. A tap off the top. Hawkins finds Johnson hanging out in the backs. They're going to try to go quick here. They've got lots of space. Mar finds the fullback. Matatonga going through one. Little slice there. Really nice work. Now we've got penalty advantage as well for the Eagles. Mar plays a little 10. She's going to step there again, but Ortiz is going to go to the left side, finding Zachary, the captain. Little show and go. Going to come back here for the penalty.
So Matatonga just trying to cover up the knock on there, but doesn't matter, goes back to the penalty again, playing the advantage there. Now the U.S. can sit, they can build more territory through the 10. Mackenzie Hawkins maybe just gets 10 meters of a bump there. Get a look at that. A little slip through the hands of Tafua, but Ortiz able to collect it cleanly off the line out.
We'll do it in the next natural stoppage.
Matatonga and Koulibaly, I'm loving this chemistry. And Matatonga is so hard to tackle, just silky smooth, that footwork there. And that's where you saw the penalty advantage.
I don't want to play with two balls really, do we?
Crowd reaction, just loving that anytime Mara touched the ball. Get a swell from the audience, but United States, another chance for them. 2 quick tries, and then Fiji answered. Wow, down a player. That's a nice technical line out. Mackenzie finds Kelter. Nice little drive, right up the middle. Kelter always good with that leg pumping. Now finds Mar, goes around one, slices through and just tries to find Henrich. Can't quite find her there, but starting to build these relationships. We talked about Koulibaly and Matatonga. We're starting to see it with Emily Henrich and Mar as well.
Yeah, we finally saw Kelter, the number 12, get in on the action. She's been pretty quiet these first 20 minutes, but you talk about a dangerous pairing at the 12 and 13 between Kelter and Mar. These two longtime teammates, not necessarily in 15, just got a shot of them right there. Sevens, Eagles, Olympians, very familiar with each other, and talk about just an imposing inside back combo.
Now players receiving a bit of attention. Water break here, United States leading 14-7 in the 22nd minute. Fiji starting to kind of find their grips, it feels like, right?
Yeah, I mean, right at the beginning of the game, it was the U.S. hot out of the gate, just riding that momentum and energy, doing exactly what they were hoping to do. And then when Fiji finally was able to capture in, that's when the momentum started to change.
At AT&T, we confidently guarantee our network.
Oh, no.
What we can't guarantee, you and your teammates being too connected.
What up, Chet?
Double oh no.
I texted you guys I was going to
I wore that last week.
I got dressed first this morning. I thought you said you were going to
A
wear
connection means something. That's why with AT&T, we'll proactively make it right with a credit for a full day of service if there is a network interruption. That's the AT&T guarantee.
Just keeping it docked up, that's all. Beautiful. Cheers, guys.
The fans here just out in force at Audi Field. We got 2 matches on tap today. The USA men will take on England in just a bit, but this one so tight. And as we've talked about, the fans in the shade are really lucky today, but sold out match today here at Audi Field.
Yeah, I'm loving these fan shots. And I think what's even more exciting, Wendy, is you've got the rugby diehards in the nation's capital, but then you've got all of the new fans who just want to see a game at Audi. They want to see Ilona Maher coming along for the ride, slowly building the energy, slowly building the growth of rugby in America.
And you know, in the United States, this is their last match on American soil. They will go to Canada August 1st and will play the #2 team in the world, the Canadians. And they played them recently, and it was a tight match, but that'll be the last match before they go to the Rugby World Cup. And they will be seeing England on August 22nd, the #1 team in the world. So the United States have a tall task in front of them.
And that's why it's so important for this side to be able to get this win today. It will mean everything. Coming off of a streak of losses back-to-back, they've had to play the top teams in the world, and that's what you got to do to get better and better. But if they can get this momentum going into the World Cup, that will be immense for them.
It will, and they played Canada very close until about that 60th minute, so we'll have to see how that rematch goes in a couple of weeks. Fiji in their own end will have to work this one out. Now pressure comes from the United States. Relumu is going to go to around the edge and then finds her flanker to support. United States over that, but not done legally. Going to be just off their feet, so Fiji saved by the penalty.
Yeah, and good recognition from the Fijian scrum half, Relumu. The scrum started to move a certain way, started to go against where all of her teammates were, and typically we call that the weak side, right? The short side next to the sideline. And Relumu just noticed that no one was home from the US side, was able to take those meters up and then get some support. So again, every little opportunity you can find, you make it your own. Fijian continue with the possession.
Line out for Fiji. Thrower today received a yellow card earlier. Tawake. That went quick off the top. Relumu finding a pack of forwards. Nice little inside dish to the wing. They code. They back out. Do have a new player on the pitch. That's Carletta Yee wearing the number 19 for Fiji. So first substitution, little cheeky grubber through by Fiji. Picked up by Hawkins. She's immediately swallowed. But United States able to rally and get behind this one. Kelter in the pocket. She'll put a kick through. Not quite out, so Fiji with the counterattack. Charged down by Maher. Just gets herself in front of that. Look at the crowd.
Our field level. How about that? Play into the crowd, getting them to build up the energy. Combination between Maher and Henrich, who you see here. We take another look now. Just going for the kick. Maher just batting it down. Oh, great shot there.
She's not competitive at all, you know?
Please give them numbers. They can't hear you. 5.
So the numbers there, just how many are going to be in the line out, because the United States have to match because they're on defense. So another line out to Fiji. They'll try the maul this time. They've had some success. United States able to slow it down. Now they'll pull it out. Trying to go back door. There's a little bit of space for Fiji. Can go over the top. Just the pass, not quite to hand. But you can see what they're trying to build here. Trying to go quickly and test those edges.
Yeah, you know, you joke about Fiji. You say that, you know, as soon as they're born holding a rugby ball. And you can see that with just the comfort that each of these Fijian players have in holding the ball in hand. But right now, what's not working for them is the chemistry isn't just isn't quite there yet. There's moments that keep building, but they're few and far in between right now. They want to be able to string along those passes together so they can get that continuity. And then it's going to be home free for them.
United States restart with the line out. Kelter this time hanging out with a bunch of forwards. She gets it to Hawkins. Maher finds Matatonga. Now Koulibaly out on the edge. See what she can do. She's so dangerous around the outside. That was like butter. She does have a counter-attacker, but gets to the edge, and Koulibaly does it again. She is so slippery and so young, but getting it done for the Eagles, their third try.
Woo, Enrica Koulibaly giving the crowd exactly what they wanted. We talk about how dangerous she is already. Now let's take a look straight off of the line out on the other side of the field. Just a simple play from the backs. Now getting it wide. Matatonga out to Koulibaly. We've seen this already, but what's different, Koulibaly is able to execute. This is what you want from your dangerous wings. Give them the ball, let them express themselves. This is what Koulibaly does. She's able to express herself on the wing and just take off. And behind her, some of the Fijian players, but the whole crowd cheering her on.
Koulibaly just got her caps a couple of months ago. She plays for the Denver Onyx, who won the WER inaugural championship, putting her stamp on this Eagles side. Hawkins will look to convert. Perfect off the tee for Hawkins.
We take another look here. Do we mention that it's only her second cap? I mean, come on. That running position, just letting her free. And this is what head coach Sione Fukafuka wants to see. Build the confidence in your players, especially the less experienced ones on the international stage. Get her that confidence going into next month.
Crowd's loving it. United States in front, 3 converted tries, 21-7. Fiji will want to try to do something here to stay in this match. They'll kick this one a bit deeper. It does land in Kelter's hands. Finds Brody.
No, off feet!
Another penalty.
Off feet. Hands in the up.
Yeah, this one here, Fijian player just not keeping their feet, trying to win that ball back at the ruck. If you can't keep your body weight up, that's going to be a penalty. USA gets out of their own half with this one.
Hawkins gives them a little bit of space with that kick, and they'll have a line out. We're starting to see, I think, that chemistry with the United States, where the last couple of matches they struggled. You know, we saw a little bit of it with Japan. It was a large crowd. It's really the first time I think they've had to play in such a large crowd. It was 10,000 people. And then, excuse me, that was 4,000 people. And then they played Canada in front of 10,000 people. Now they're playing in front of 20,000 people, but they're getting it done.
Yeah, it's all about building those reps, right? It's, of course, building the reps on the field, but getting used to the whole experience of playing on the international stage.
There's a nice maul by the United States. They've got penalty advantage as well. Look at them rolling this one down the pitch. Ortiz content to just let them keep going as far as they can. She's got many directions she can go. She's going to go to the right side to Kelter. She gets through one. Still going, that leg drive. Fiji almost had hands on that one. No knock on is the call. Quick hands out to the fullback. Matatonga now finds Henrich. She's looking for that line. See if she can get through. Oh, what defense that is by Fiji. The United States roll it away. They're short. Now they're for the line, short again. There's the dot down by Rachel Johnson. The United States 4 tries. What a statement that is.
Knock, knock, knocking on the doors. Rachel Johnson and the USA Eagle side right there. Let's go back though, see how it all unfolded. Eventually through the 8-man, but here we go. Ortiz gets that ball to Kelter. Kelter always getting that go-forward ball, breaking the gain line, making positive meters. I thought M. Henrich was maybe going to get there, but Fijians doing so well to keep that ball up. That's 1 try, 2 tries. That is, again, stopped at the line from Fiji. That was really good defense. And again, a 3rd time. You have to commend them for that physical battle. That was 4 tries, and then Johnson just picking up off the ruck. There was a question there for me, Wendy, of whether that was already over the line and should have been held up, but doesn't matter now. USA with their 4th try.
Hawkins pulls that one just wide off the post, so 26-7 our score. But yeah, Henrich able to rip that ball out as we get a look here again. And then the couple of attempts, Rogers thought she may have it. And that's where the question is, did it get held up? But comes out to Johnson, and she's able to touch that one down and get a point, get another score for the United States. United States looking dominant. We haven't seen them click like this in a while.
Yeah, and Rachel Johnson, we haven't talked much about her, but what a phenomenal player to have as your 8-man. Most recently playing overseas in the Premiership Women's Rugby PWR in England. That's where most of these Eagles play to get the top level, high quality reps. USA trying to build a league here as well, but that's where they're coming from. And look, those dividends are paying off right now for the USA.
And the United States is ranked higher than Fiji. They're 9th, while Fiji is 15th. And this will be Fiji's second Rugby World Cup, where the United States have been there so many times. In 1991, they won it. The first ever Women's Rugby World Cup. The United States will hold that gold medal forever. Here we go, the United States, though, finding Mar. She's got some space in front of her. This is where she's really dangerous, but lets that one go to Henrich. She puts a little foot on and keeps it in, but that's a little bounce out. Not a bad option.
Yeah, I like that idea from Henrich. Didn't quite come to fruition there. Mar did a really good job of straightening up and making all the Fijian players pinch in on her before releasing that ball to Henrich on the outside. Henrich didn't really have many options. She couldn't go around the Fijian defense because the sideline was right there. So if you can't run around or through them, you got to go over. And like that, executed maybe next time further down the field. She's got to be thinking about that now.
They go long, ends up into Treader's hands. Now Johnson tries to get that offload. It doesn't quite go to hand, so we have scrum advantage to Fiji. 33rd minute of this match, only 7 minutes to go before halftime. The United States have a comfortable lead, 26-7, 4 tries. Fiji, it's been a while since they scored that first try. They'll release. Gerald Searcy puts them under a little bit of pressure. Hawkins under the high ball. Now finds Machatonga, and good tackle coming in from Fiji. Slow balls, Henrich plays a little scrum half. Now Ortiz, Hawkins, a bit of flat from the United States. There's some go forward. Koulibaly, try score, out into the open again. This time well contained by the women in blue. Off Johnson's hands. Scrum advantage, but now brought back by official Sarah Cox.
Oh, just an unfortunate catch there. Johnson says, my bad. Brody has done so well off the ball in these first 33 minutes. Gets that nice little offload or that ball off. A little tiny pass to Koulibaly, who was looking to try to streak down the sideline again. But you take a look here, and just unfortunately took her eyes off the ball just a little too early. Johnson's wanting that one back.
She definitely will want that one back, but Fijian scrum. Nice shot of Sangapulu. 2023 M.A. Sorensen Award winner. That's the best rugby player of the year, winning that one in 2023. Out the back for Fiji. Did have a little bit of a turn at the scrum. It's a nice run through, but Hawkins with the cover tackle. Little 1-2 for Fiji. Didn't get too quick there, too far down the pitch. And now Fiji show the kick, and there's a nice kick. It's gonna have to turn. Koulibaly back. Gets the bounce. Koulibaly has kept it in. Have to see, was it a knock-on? Now Fiji, this is where they're really dangerous. Unbroken play or broken play right up the middle. Now the offload. Fiji going through to the middle and scoring. That is where they are the most dangerous, and they show why they are known for that style of play.
And the Fijian flags are waving. Look, they will capitalize on the opportunity. Take a look here. Koulibaly was trying to keep it in bounds, jumping up, batting it back, but unfortunately no one else was there except for the Fijian winger. Continuing on that play, again, so good in the broken play, and Fiji just punishing you. And again, it goes through the captain. That is the second try for the number 7, Fisher.
The captain getting both tries for Fiji. It's very fitting. She was the Fijian Drew Up Women's Player of the Year for 2025. But they will want to make this kick close the score line if they can. Vouet putting that one through, doing well from the tee. It was a critical score for Fiji, brings it 26-14. Just a couple of minutes to go before the second half.
And you can see the reactions there from the Fijian coaching staff saying, all right, we'll take that. Still questions on how they can string together more possession, but very happy with that response. The U.S., when moments like that happen, how do you recover faster? What is your response? That one not quite good enough for them.
Maybe just a mistake there of Koulibaly wanting to keep the ball in play, but maybe just let that one go out and they can have a line out down there. Kelter with the restart again. Loves to put it high so our teammates can get under it, and there's the attempt. Oh, United States almost getting that one. Doesn't look like it was touched by anyone, so Fiji will have the line out.
Taking a look now at Belo Matatonga, who has just been reaching so hard for those kickoffs, trying to win them back. Kickoffs have got to go at least 10 meters, so if you can get them as high as you can, let your players run down the field and win that jump ball.
Front pod, Gerald Cersei getting a hand on it. It looks like just a little. There's Cox with it coming in there, a little knock on. So Fiji will have the scrum.
Just a little disjointed there. Initially it looked like it was a good win for the U.S., but again, we've had a lot of scrums today, Wendy. And we got a good shot earlier of just the sweat dripping down the front rowers' faces. I mean, again, when you're a forward and you step up to that line, you crouch down with your front row and you look at the opposites in front of you. I mean, that is just, every forward prides themselves on the scrum. And it's not something you and I ever really experienced as backs, but that is their pride and joy.
We just stood next to it a lot.
That's right.
When we talked about the United States, we're going to play Canada August 1st. Fiji has another match. They'll play Samoa August 8th. They most recently played them June 14th and beat them 24-20 to win the 2025 Oceania Championship. They actually have won it back-to-back now. So they will see them before they go to the World Cup. And when they get to the World Cup, they're going to play Canada on August 23rd. They're in the Pool B with Canada, Scotland, and Wales. A tough pool for Fiji, and only their second Rugby World Cup. Gonna pull it out the back. Relumu finding another insert there. The 8 coming off the edge. Nesewa breaking through the United States. And now Fiji on a run here. There's Fisher who scored 2. But Fiji keeping the ball alive. Relumu will distribute this one out. There's another statement tackle. But a knock on offsides, the call from Coxie.
And really good defense there from Rachel Johnson with that big hit causing that knock on. You can see Mac Hawkins just turning to her teammates saying, we have to play our ball, everyone calm down. Right, so I think there's a little bit of recognition from this USA side. They're not playing exactly how they want to anymore. Heading in, just 1 minute left in this half. Can they get back on that foot?
Built for the guy who has everything and needs to tow it. The Tow and Stow is equipped with multiple ball sizes and adjusts in 1-inch increments to the height of your trailer for level towing. Best of all, it stows when you aren't using it, away from your shins and garage door. Machined from American steel, with a 2-stage finish, the Tow and Stow is the last hitch you'll ever need.
One on the edge. Now the United States just a couple of meters out. Marr trying to keep that one in, but the flag goes up. But the United States really starting to get this going here, and man, they're looking tough to stop.
Getting a little frisky out there. The crowd not liking that call from Sarah Cox. You saw a little shove there from Holly Tapuo. Getting a little cheeky there. Just as we head into halftime, some frustrations probably leaking out from both sides, but we'll get a moment just soon in the sheds to get ready for this next half.
We will play to the referee's whistle. You can see that clock's gone into the red, as we say. But we will have the line out. Lots of movement in the line there. Gerald Cersei getting a hand in there again. Then it's down to Ortiz. Now Johnson. A last chance here for the United States in this first half. They've got a commanding lead, 26-14. There's Hope Rogers, the most capped women's Eagle, with her head wrapped, as we so often see, off the foot. Now Fiji take over again. They'll have to go 90 meters if they want to get another one.
Just confirm time's up, yeah?
Looks like they are going to kick, but keep it inbounds. So now the United States have a choice. Backwards for Hawkins. Cool ball, he picks it up. She's keen to keep going. That looked a little dicey there, the hit. But it's scrum advantage to Fiji. Messy, but finally gets out of there. Oh, nice little cheeky kick. Kelter's back for it, but it's going to be under immediate pressure. No surprise. They will put that into touch. The United States leading this one 26-14 at the half. United States 26-14. What a first half the Eagles have had. We'll go into halftime. The United States leading.
Welcome back to DC here, field level with Bree Kim, halftime of USA in Fiji, match number 1 of the U.S. Rugby Match Series here. U.S. with the 26-14 lead at the half. What stood out to you about the kind of back and forth nature we saw, especially down the stretch?
Yeah, look, I think we were expecting the United States to come in hot with the energy. They were the favored ones coming into this match, and you saw it right from the start, scoring 2 tries very quickly, showing dominance and showing clinical execution, but then losing it a little bit and losing that momentum. And that's when Fiji came in, took advantage, capitalized on those opportunities. And so for going into the sheds now, I think for the U.S., it's how can we string together more continuity? And for Fiji, they have to take advantage of the opportunities, but then also build more possession with that.
Battling the heat as well. When we come back, we'll break down some of the stars of the first half. Welcome back to Audi Field. Evan Washburn alongside Bree Kim here. Pitch level, breaking down the first half between the USA women and Fiji. And the biggest star in the sport of rugby right now, Alana Marr, made an impact in that first half. What struck you about her performance?
I mean, look, Alana Marr's strengths are just the physicality and being able to recycle and play that ball again in the next phase. Look, if the sevens experience is really paying off for her, it's like you get involved in one play and then get right back up and get involved in the next one. And she's showing that. She's showing more playmaking skills that we haven't yet seen from her. So I'm really loving what she's doing today. And you can't, I mean, the number of times that you say her name, it's warranted, right? She became famous because of her play and her influence off the field, and now she's coming right through and showing the world why she deserves to be here with this World Cup squad. But we'd be remiss to not mention a few other names. I think with the forwards, we've seen Erica Gerald-Cersei get a lot of opportunities, ball in hand. She's been great. And then Rika Koulibaly on the wing, second cap, and already scoring a try, almost had another one. I mean, you showed the experience from Hope Rogers and Kate Zachary going into 4 World Cups, and then you've got these up-and-coming stars. It's really exciting for the United States and the growth of rugby.
Yeah, a lot of future stars here on the pitch. Second half action coming up. Team USA looking to close it out against Fiji.
Welcome back to Audi Field, where we have just been a delightful first half. The United States, a bunch of tries, 4 tries on the board, a yellow card for Fiji, and 2 tries for Fiji. Halftime score 26-14, and you can just see the crowd loving what's been on display for them, Bree.
Yeah, I mean, you see the Alona sign, not the only one in the stands, and now the fans having a good time while trying to stay cool. Happy birthday to that fan right there, the birthday queen. But look, I think the fans are just so excited from that first half. I mean, how often do you get 6 tries on display in the first half? I mean, you never see that. So really putting on a show, saying, welcome to the nation's capital, and we got a show for you. And now it's all about the second half. Can the USA close out? Can Fiji mount a response large enough to overtake the lead? I think it's really been back and forth in the last few minutes of that first half, Wendy, so I'm really excited to see what this brings.
Yeah, we could see some changes. That might change things, but absolutely loving the young fans in the audience, and they've been doing the dance cam for a bit here, so the audience really getting in on it.
And I think we saw Fijian flags earlier, and look, the Fiji side, they're a small country, but the amount of pride that you see in the U.S. and all over the world from their fans is just outsizes massively the love for the country, as we get a look now at another loved figure, the one and only Ilona Maher.
She's had quite a bit of ball time today, and there's Erica Koulibaly, fantastic try from her. Just 3 caps for this young player. And now the Fijian side coming out. You always wonder what they talk about in the halftime break. What do you think, Fiona Cunningham?
Yeah, I think for Coach Cunningham, it's we do really well in broken play, taking advantage of when we can just scoop the ball up from the ground and from errors committed by the U.S. But how do we string together some play? And I think really it's just the handling. We saw a lot of ball get dropped to the deck as they were trying to get it out wide. That chemistry just isn't quite there, as we mentioned earlier. So I think the biggest focus is focus on the fundamentals, keep that ball in hand, and then see what that can do for us.
Another young fan. You can just hear the crowd yelling Ilona's name half the match. You can just hear it, and anytime she acknowledges them, they just melt. But, you know, this is the time for women's rugby. We've got the World Cup coming up, and this is just what the buildup looks like. And especially in the United States, it's a sold-out stadium. They're setting records for audiences for women's rugby across the world. The United States joining that. Fiji with the restart. Kelter, a little football skills there, and then we'll just return the kick. So we'll have an early line out for Fiji. Just behind the ball a little bit here, 26-14, the score.
You talk about records that have been broken just in this last year. When the U.S. women were playing Canada in Kansas City, Ilona Maher stayed for 2 hours after everyone was done, just meeting and greeting fans. You talk about just the influence that she's had and just the ability for fans to meet her like that. I mean, incredible opportunity.
Up and close and personal, she loves her fans, and she's just a genuine human being inside and out. What you see on her TikToks is what you get in person. Fiji looking to make an early impact in this second half. They're going to have to be clinical to get some more points on the board. There's our hooker there, Tawake. Where's that number 2 on her back? Did receive an early yellow card. Nice little step there by Fisher, the captain, getting around Maher. Fiji starting to build here, the phases. But the United States have been strong on defense. It's just been when it's been broken play that Fiji has really been able to capitalize. Now here's an opportunity, a little bit of space. Gonna go to the outside center, the Olympian, Dita Vutu. Now she'll offload to, got number 23 on the pitch, Stoltz. So some fresh legs for the backs. Keeping this ball right in the middle of the pitch, but there's a big hit by Sangapulu. And a penalty against the United States.
Well. Interrupted the pass.
United States looking a little slow in this passage of play. Earlier we saw them just launching hard on defense, but Fiji able to be a little bit more dominant here. U.S. looking like they're just a little bit sluggish. I'm sure they're tired from the heat, but Fiji now knocking on the door.
Fullback will put that one into touch. Butte.
Just inside now.
Give them a little bit of space. So they'll have a line out just inside the 22 and maybe could take advantage of a little bit of sluggishness that you noted, Bree. Have to wonder, do they feel a little pad on the score, a little comfort maybe? Fiji just rock and roll the maul they show and then bring it out quickly inside center. Naihamu, haven't seen too much from the 21-year-old. As we've noted, this is a young Fijian side. Now the fullback, Koulibaly, good tackle. Little bit of space here. This is a dangerous Olympian. De La Wow finding nowhere to go forward, so just jams it backwards. There's a big tackle from Johnson. But Fiji quickly making their way down the pitch. It was starting to build, but the United States caused a knock-on.
And just a few inches there for the United States, but a couple of people injecting the energy back in to get them to turn over that ball. We saw Koulibaly launching forward a few phases earlier and able to just get them up. Kelter again holding De La up and then just causing a little bit of mayhem that Fiji was not able to resolve. Great, very gritty passage of play, but the United States did enough to get that ball back.
They will get the scrum, so they're going to have to come out of their own end. And I'm really excited to welcome the host of the Amazing Race, Phil Keegan, a Kiwi, a rugby lover. So welcome to the broadcast. What have you seen so far today?
I think this is just such a great venue, and I love that this is a full-size rugby field. I went down on the turf. It's beautifully manicured, so what a setting.
Looks like you can play golf out there. As you noted, the grass is beautiful down there.
No excuses for an uneven surface.
Right. Wait. Kick over the top for the United States, but Fiji going to take a little run at this. This is where they can be quite dangerous. They might have a little bit of unpredictability in what they'll play.
Done white.
Counter ruck attempt from the Eagles.
Fiji's really driving through the middle a lot. I mean, it'd be nice to see this sort of thing breaking through like this. This is what we want to see.
Absolutely what we want to see is the inside center getting Fiji on the board. First to score in the second half through Nate Hamu.
Phil, I mean, you start talking about getting them to punch up the middle. The gates open for Fiji. Take us through that replay, Phil.
Well, I just love to see when teams are prepared to just go right up against the defense. And the United States early on in the match, and they were just a wall. Fiji was just running into them. First 10 minutes, the USA's defense was just so strong. And now as the game has gone on, you're seeing a few kinks in the armor there. And just to see that sort of try, that's just great rugby right there.
Fiji's third try, so they are creeping up on the United States.
Let's make it tight. Let's make a tight game of this,
exciting,
right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, this is good. I just love how women's rugby is growing around the world. Look at that kick. Power, plenty of power. Could have taken that kick from almost halfway. That flew right through the back of the post.
And that's a big one, just getting that score. Now 5 points the difference. United States 26, Fiji 21. But really starting to see women's rugby just growing. Women's sports, of course, growing in the United States. But women's rugby in particular, we've got the Men's World Cup in 2031 and then the Women's World Cup in 2033 right here in the United States. How exciting is that?
It's so exciting. And, you know, I happened to be able to witness the big Rugby World Cup final at Eden Park in New Zealand. And the energy in the ground that night, it was sort of like, okay, that was like a pivotal point. That was a tipping point for me for women's rugby, where it was suddenly like, okay, we're here and you want to watch us and we want to play.
And Phil, you know, you come from a place where rugby was just always so popular, but you've been stateside for such a long time, and you know that the influence that the media has in American culture. So when you marry those two together and you start to see the potential, what do you think can happen from here?
The potential is huge. I mean, you just look at the pool of talent in America. My dad coached rugby in Canada. He coached a university team in Canada, and he said, Phil, the amount of talent here that I wish I could tap into. You know, guys that are playing football, but I'd love them to play rugby. And I just love seeing young women get into this game too. It's such a great game for young women to get into, to learn teamwork, discipline. Oops, speaking of discipline.
Koulibaly just dropping that one, but I mean, you're right. You're talking to two rugby players. We grew up in the sport, and just loving to see all these young fans that are being exposed to this new sport. And rugby is for everybody. It doesn't matter the size, how big you are, how small you are, how powerful you are. It's for everyone.
Well, it's also just teaching young women that women come in all different shapes and sizes. Also, just I love the specialty that comes from rugby, where you've got, I mean, goodness me, some of the speed that we've got out on the wing. I'm sorry, her name, number 11, who scored the try earlier.
Koulibaly, yep.
Yes, oh my goodness, the speed and the way she went down there and got that try. So, yeah, just to see the different disciplines. That's what I love about the 15s game, too, is just the specialty in the positions.
And Koulibaly's just 22 years of age. It's the third game.
It's the first time I've seen her, so yeah, I'm sorry I didn't know her name, but I certainly took notice of the try.
Absolutely. She's come on and just had an amazing debut. Fiji's got a chance here. They've got split backs.
They've got a big scrum, too, right?
Yes, they do. They're very powerful.
And it's been wheeling around a little bit. This is looking good. Look at that little back pass. This is what we know the Fijians of it. A few too many unforced errors.
the potential that they're showing, though, they can be quite dangerous.
Yes.
And, you know, they've got a tough pull when they go to the World Cup, but I think they're one of the sides that could break forward.
I agree. And, you know, I think with this particular match, it's really going to come down to fitness. And, you know, in the last 15 minutes, just to see where the two teams are at. And I've got to say, just watching the warm-up, I mean, USA, the team looks so fit. I mean, they look so fit. So, yeah, it's going to be wills and fitness at the end.
Yes, it is. I think you're not far off the pass there. It's going to be down to fitness. As you know, these games often come to this temperature. Just brutal down there.
Did you see the Fijian props? The sweat just ripping off them before.
The number of shots we've gotten already in this match, incredible.
Right. Shout out to the director for getting that shot. It was beautiful.
Need that water on the pitch as much as we can. It's just been brutal down there. But Fiji just crawling their way back into this one. 5 points the difference in the 50th minute. See what they can put together. They've had quite a bit of possession in the last few minutes here.
That's good. You see, they were rolling forward. They weren't rolling forward earlier on in the match. They were getting stopped by the two USA props. This is good. Look at that.
USA
Turnover.
stolen. Yep, Brody on that one. Now a chance for them.
Oh.
Was there a hand on that one? Doesn't look like it's a Fiji. Oh, pushed into touch, but that's just where they just love to play, where they can just do anything they can with the ball. And I love that their new coach, Cunningham, has just said, you know, I'm a Welsh coach, but you guys play how you play. I really love that.
Speaking of the Welsh, you want to talk about passionate for rugby.
Woo! Yes.
The Welsh.
Well, they've just won for the first time in, like, what, like 100 games or something? It's not,
yes.
I'm exaggerating a little bit. Good goodness. The Welsh side has struggled a bit, and their men just winning. And there's Johan Cunningham there taking over for Fiji in February of this year. And we're starting to see, I think, the Fijian flavor melded in with the Welsh side as well a little bit.
I love that. Never let exaggeration get in the way of a good story.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, so you don't ever exaggerate on the Amazing Grace.
No, never. Never. Yes, look at this. So what we're going to do with this line out. Oh!
Off the hands of the United States.
This is a chance for Fiji right now if they can maintain possession.
They've got a little scrum advantage.
Some nice offloads.
Big old tackle from
Interrupted.
Mar.
Yep. Hand out on that one.
Come back, and Fiji will still have this ball, so still with them. They've had a lot of time with ball in hand in this second half.
I'm imagining it's incredibly difficult to handle the ball right now. I mean, you would know as players, the heat, the amount of sweat, they're dripping all over each other, literally. And to hold on to that ball, it's pretty grippy, but still very hard to hold on to.
The conditions factoring in. Now, Phil, tell us a little bit about your rugby background, your rugby career, even though it might be a little bit shorter than ours.
Nothing like your career. No, I played on the wing in Christchurch at college. You know, on cold days, you used to pray that the ball would get out to you because you'd be like, come on, forwards, get that ball out to me. I want to run with the ball. And my dad played for the Crusader Colts back in the day. So I grew up with rugby, with my dad playing and being a coach.
That's awesome. You know, if you ever have a little break in the Amazing Race, you're always welcome back in the booth with us. I mean,
I'll hang with you guys anytime.
Analyst.
We can make a nice front row here.
There you go.
Little maul from Fiji again. Now they've got penalty advantage. Real opportunity cooking for the Fijian side.
Yeah, if they can just hold on to the ball. Just hold on to the ball and just keep going forward. They've got the power.
Just test this Eagles defense a little bit.
No! Leave it! Ball's out. Still playing the advantage, just keep them up.
Slowly building the phases, coming together for the Fijian side. They'd love to get 5 and equal the score. 53rd minute of this match. It's been all Fiji in the last 10 minutes.
Hydration is a key factor right now. Hope they're getting enough hydration.
Another new penalty advantage, it looks like, from Cox. 5 meters out. And we have a good look into the Fijian coaching box. You can see Johan relaying instructions down to the pitch. Nobody's wearing a wire, but if they can get this score.
This is good play here from Fiji.
Just slowly building.
And these tackles, they just take it out of the defense. Yeah. So much effort.
There's another try for Fiji. United States defense staying strong so far, but they're inching in. 2 meters out are now Fiji.
Yep. Got a lot of room on the outside too, both sides. But they're going straight through the center. That's great defense right there.
Sangapulu just pushing through that tackle. There's the crowd getting in here behind the Eagles. Now try to push it out to Senevutu. There's some space here on the left for the backs if they want to give it a go. They go to the prop.
They're definitely just trying to drive forward. But here we go. Here we go.
The release, the fly half to the line. No call yet from Cox.
Might have been held up.
Held up is the call. The United States keep them out.
That's great defense from USA. They were just getting punished over and over. Oh, hold on.
Coming back for the penalty. Fiji still alive here.
Wow, that was a long time.
It was a long advantage,
That was a long advantage.
Not for a minute, mate. Just see what Fiji would like to do.
We'll have a United States sub coming on. Soraya Ibarra wearing number 23.
So what would you do if you were the captain? Take the kick or take the tap? What would you do?
I'm going to go with Debris.
It's a 5-point differential right now. I think I would go for the kick, but they're a little bit off center. And is that an errant kick?
No.
Yep, she went out over the other side of the flag.
For the United States.
When you kick in goal, when it goes into the try zone, just like you said, Phil, what happens is that's an error. You can't get that ball back, which Fiji thought they were going to. So that means the ball actually gets.
Now it's just all over the place. Scrum advantage for Fiji. This is really dangerous. It's the captain, Fisher. She finds a friend. Is that one forward? We may come back for that one. No call so far. Penalty advantage, so Fiji will survive that. Look at the numbers. We've got all kinds of players down behind. Another big old tackle. We got 5 or 6 players down, so Coxie will take a break. There's the hydration.
Some of those double tackles, I mean, really. It is a punishing game. Look at this. It's just, how many players on the ground right now?
Got some pain. That was Gerald Cersei getting some attention, but everybody is down on their knees right now.
But I think just some unfortunate collisions and the timings there. I mean, yeah, there were some big hits, but just hate to see what happened there.
And it seems a strategy for USA that they've decided to do a lot of double tackling, huh?
Yeah, definitely trying to just put the crunch on, right?
Yeah. And they've kept it up consistently throughout the match. But like I said, I really do think it's going to come down to fitness.
Hey, pal. Love the look. Disguises are so much fun. Unless they're in your kibble. Check the bag. Chicken meal? Not what you think. That's icky birdie bits processed into powder. It's time for Fresh Pet. It's time for meat that's actually meat and veggies you can actually see. Fresh, wholesome ingredients with nothing to hide. Fresh Pet.
Still players just strewn all over the pitch. We've had a couple of subs, so we'll catch you up on those. But Phil, we talked about hydration and the physicality that we're seeing. There's actually not enough medics. I'm noticing that some of the players are attending to themselves almost.
Well, if you look like you were talking about, one of the Fijian players right now look like they're dealing with some cramp. And this is the perfect recipe for cramp. A hot day like this, you saw the you've seen the sweat just pouring off the players, and it's not just about getting water in the system, it's about getting electrolytes, it's about getting the salts back in, and you just literally can't, as you know as players, you can't get enough, especially with a match like this. You can never quite get on top of it, so any excuse to get hydration.
Yeah, you'll always be behind the ball, right? The 8 ball on the hydration if you're not ahead.
Yeah, and you just start to see some tactical subs coming in as well. You're approaching the 60th minute mark. We saw Sangapolu, who had a massive shift in the last 20, 25 minutes or so, come in. And now you've got Olivia Leatherman coming on for this squad. So you'll start to see more of that. Get the electrolytes flowing, and we'll be back on in just a moment.
This is a huge opportunity, too, for the replacements. You know, they're itching to get out there. They're fresh. You've got fresh legs. They're hopefully stayed warm. Well, they're going to stay warm anyway with the weather. And this is an opportunity to be like, okay, you're giving me a shot. I'm going to step up and show you what I got. Because you're always, as you know as players, you're always fighting for your position, right? You're fighting for your jersey. So this is an opportunity for them, and maybe we'll see some moments.
We hope so. Phil, thank you so much for jumping on the mic with us. It's been an absolute pleasure. It's always good to talk to another rugby fan.
Oh, yeah, look, I'm so pleased to see you guys up here. You got a perfect spot to watch the game, and thank you for having me, and let's go USA Rugby, and let's grow this sport.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Phil. Looks like we're about to get back on this one. Our score 26-21, 57th minute. And we did have a couple of key subs come in for the United States. Georgie Paris-Redding returning from injury since 2024 was the last time she played. Love seeing her back out there.
Oh, I mean, it is immense for her to be back with this side. Last year went out with injury and was really starting to make a name for herself on the USA squad. Lives over in England, and to see the work that she's put in, to be able to come back from recovery, to put your hand up for this World Cup. I mean, you talk about that journey, and that is just so remarkable. Hats off to her. She absolutely deserves it.
And then another key player, Ray Lumu, the sister, wearing number 22, so Sela Sena is on, and a key player wearing number 21, and then another Olympian on for Fiji as well, as they've got that line out. Wearing number 21, Lomani, also played in the 2021 Rugby World Cup. So going into the pocket and picking up an Olympia, never a bad strategy. Mar able to knock that little grubber kick attempt through. But as we've been talking about, Fiji, lots of possession in this second half.
Thank you very much.
Have been the only team to score so far. Just working toward, we got another injured player. There's the call for Coxie. As you've been saying, just the fatigue at this point, the pressure of this game kind of coming in.
Fair question, though.
Yeah, maybe a bit alarming for the new rugby fans to see so many bodies on the ground. But you talk about the grit and the resilience that every rugby player has that translates to who they can be off the field. I mean, it's immense what this sport can do for you, both physically and mentally, and you're really seeing the extreme example of it now. Paris-Redding immediately had a nice big hit after just stepping onto the field there. So as this treatment's going on, just getting the messages, getting settled here, seeing what they can do.
Just taking another moment here. We're seeing the towels come out and all the drinks in the world out there as you've got a hydration break here. But 4 tries for the United States, 3 tries for Fiji. And they did have that yellow card early in the first half.
It's getting messy.
We've been talking a lot about the hydration and the snacks. Tonight's game is powered by Quest Nutrition, the official protein snack sponsor of USA Rugby. Quest is big on protein, low on sugar, huge on flavor. Snack like a genius with Quest. Had a chance to have one of those bars. Delicious.
Quest Nutrition, a long-standing name, of course. Gotta get some protein chips after this one.
Right.
It's a bit like that, isn't it? Yeah. It's still moving. There's good advantage.
Coaching staff there in our 2-box. You can see on the left, United States coach Sienna Fukafuka, and then Shabbat wearing her trademark hoodie. I just don't know how. I would be dying of hydration. And then, of course, Johan Cunningham, the coach for Fiji as well.
When you list on apartments.com, renters will start coming out of the woodwork.
Great natural light.
Single family home? Yes, please. Does it have a dishwasher?
Ooh, look at these high ceilings.
Whoa.
but I got one question.
Are utilities included?
Apartments.com.
A place to list a place.
Fiji with the scrum here. They've got split backs again. They've scored from this before. Big opportunity for them. Again, 5 points just the difference. We've seen Fiji with lots of possession. Different replacement scrum half in. Lamani will take it to the left side, and quick movement by the Fijian side. It's the fly half, but she is just stopped by another decisive tackle from this Eagle side. Tawake with a carry, wearing that number 2.
Really good steal.
No
She just
advantage.
drops it on the floor as she goes down.
So just a knock on, and again, we've got another player down. The fly half for Fiji down, receiving some attention.
So it's just on that line again, on that in line. They're still taking their line out again. Gotcha. I've not seen anything yet, so.
So the messaging that you just saw, actually, let's take a look at this replay here. Just physical. And Henrich, or sorry, that was Leatherman just getting that leg there. The steal was good, but just knocked it on, unfortunately. Fiji has enjoyed success in this second half when they've been able to become a battering ram, just knocking on the door, going up Main Street. But U.S. now, especially in the last few minutes, has found their way again. They've matched up with their own physicality. Again, some recycling of the forwards. You get some more subs on to reboost that energy. You're seeing it, but it's just stop and start right now. It's been a kind of a funny 20 minutes or so, Wendy.
It has been, especially the first half was so back and forth, and I think we're just seeing a different style. Fiji adjusting a little bit, and then those replacements in for the United States kind of lifting where they've been a little bit slow to start in the second half. Another chance for Fiji. Start from the scrum again. We have seen them get a little bit of a push on the United States, but nothing. Couldn't say they're dominating in the scrum by any means. It's been very even.
Binds. Set. Steady.
There's a little push from Fiji. And again, United States. Now the penalty advantage. Here's a real chance for Fiji, straight up the middle. Nehaimu, who scored a try in this second half, the only one so far. And it's been all Fiji. Counter up from the United States. But we'll come back for that penalty.
Stepping out of the contest.
And you can see the wingers on the far side just pleading for that ball. On a penalty, you can go quick and just play from the get-go, but they want to make sure they get it right, make sure everyone's on the same page. But talk about the massive scrum, and now we're getting a shot at goal.
Well, you know, they had a chance down here, and they tried to go for the post and had an error. So I think this is a good choice, right? 3 points, big right in the moment of this match. That's big. Pressure on for Vouet. 3 from the tee so far today. Just a chip shot. Vouet answering the call. It's perfect from the tee and gets them another 3 points. We take another look at this one. 26-24, just 2 points the difference.
It's a very different game now, Wendy. I mean, in the first half, it looked like U.S. had all the momentum, feeling good, and just needed to finish it out in the second half. But a lot of stop-starts, and that's where Fiji starts creeping in. The U.S. making errors, especially under fatigue. And now they're just worried because Fiji's right on their tails. Anything can happen, and now we see more subs coming on. Cass Bargel, the Harvard alum, she's got an immense story coming in for Liv Ortiz. And look at that, steal off the kickoff.
U.S. United States not able to quite get that one, a little knock on, so Fiji will have the scrum. But, you know, talking to Shabbat, saw her a couple of weeks ago and was saying, what happens if the United States goes into the World Cup without a win? She told me I was a bad person for thinking that, but that's what we're looking at here. They've let Fiji come into this game.
Yeah, look at this replay here. Oh, M. Henrich comes flying in and almost had it, but just couldn't keep her hands on it. The Dartmouth alum one of my favorite players to watch, has just been so immense. PWR experience, most recently playing for the Boston Banshees. She's been an asset on the wing.
And rugby lineage, man, talk about mom and dad both playing, fantastic family.
Sister in the sevens pool right now. I mean, power family right there.
In this second half, a try and now a penalty goal. They'll have the scrum as well. There's some pressure from the United States, but just a quick straight up ball there. No surprises for Fiji. Penalty for the United States. What a beautiful jackal.
And you can hear the crowd going right now. This could be the pivotal moment. You've got 18 minutes left in the match. Huge penalty that the U.S. is able to win. Let's take a look there. Lev Kelter just getting in there, causing chaos. And look at that steal. What a beauty of a poach. Oh, loving that immediate impact.
Yeah, Bargel coming on, and you talked about her story. She plays with an ostomy bag, so it collects waste from her body, and she's very proud to be that type of special player.
Look, Bargel is someone who should have been an Eagle years and years ago.
Yes.
She, as a player in her youth, was always immense and then got sick. Her story and her journey here is immense and powerful, and so wonderful to see her finally where she belongs.
And she's a Summit High School player. Just shout out to that team dynasty up in Colorado, and love to see Bargel down here now. Now we've got another Fijian player receiving some attention. Just the impact of this humidity and heat down here in Washington, D.C. has been immense on this match. We'll have to see if we'll have a replacement, or she's back up now, so able to continue.
I do the same for you guys as well. She is part of the line out, all right? Okay, make sure you guys are set. Are you happy?
Big line out for the United States. Could be another go-ahead score. They have had the lead the entire match, but Fiji has crawled their way back into this one. Our halftime score was 26 points for the United States. Fiji 14.
Blue number 1. She is going. She is going, yeah.
Now we do have a Fijian player, number 17, Marawa, coming on. She was on earlier for that yellow card, needed a prop on, and now another fresh legs. Bulu Vasaturang coming on wearing number 18, so some front row replacements for Fiji.
What numbers coming off, please? Because we've had 2 blue players come on. 1 and 3, right, okay. Right, we're all set. Come in, your gap is too big, come in. Okay, subs are done, time on.
Going for the maul, the United States, and they just peel it straight out. United States 5 meters out, really threatening here. They'd like to extend their lead if they can. Bunch of forwards on the run. Look at the pace there. Tawafua taking that one on the run. Rogers, as she does, loves to play at the line and power through if she can. Stepping in front is Kate Zachary. Kelter on her shoulder. The United States scored 2 like this already at the line, just short. The United States, Rogers there on the call. See if she can get across the line. She's short. Penalty advantage for the Eagles. Treader at the base, short again. Just building the phases, another attempt. Another penalty advantage. This time they're going to go to the right side. Little kick pass, all alone. It's Henrich, and look at that!
What a thing of beauty. You talk about that chip kick. You get all the forwards in. Henrich just waiting for that ball to get in her hands. And all she's got to do is just fall over. What an incredible moment for the United States, and the crowd reaction. Are you kidding me? That's what every female athlete dreams of. Most of these players don't dream of becoming a professional rugby player. M. Henrich probably the sole exception there. But man, to live out your dream like that, what an incredible moment.
That one's going to go on the gram more than once, and on the talk, and on the book, and all the places. Hawkins trying to get this one from the corner. It's a good attempt, but off to the right.
And again, they knew that the Fijian players were up, putting on that pressure. Henrich was just waiting. Hawkins loves doing that, and she executes it so well. Oh, talk about the distance, so perfect. Henrich just falling forward. And look at those celebrations. That is huge.
Young player that's really put her step on this and asked to play a different position the last few matches. When Marr came into the squad, Henrich got pushed to the wing and has really stepped up that opportunity. 66th minute here. United States 31-24, but we can't count out Fiji. They've had a fantastic second half here as Kelter will just put this one straight into touch. She was behind the 22, so back Fiji up, but we cannot count out this Fijian side.
Absolutely not. I mean, there's still plenty of time. It's only a one converted try differential, but you wonder, that came off of a mistake in Fiji's own half, and the U.S. just immediately capitalized. Now they've got to hold on to this ball, keep being physical, batter down the USA doors to get those points back.
It's a nice line out just quickly off the top. All these replacements in for Fiji as well, so they got a bunch of new legs on the pitch here. Bringing it to this right side. This has some potential. Look at the free flowing and the kick here. Oh, Matatonga right through her hands, and the pressure coming. It'll end up in the United States' hands, but they're in their own end. They're gonna have to work their way out. Rogers with it. And now the United States replacements getting their time on the ball as well. Just off the shoulder. So a scrum to Fiji. This is a really good spot for them with the clock winding down. About 12 minutes to go in this second half.
Saw Paris running, telling Birdie, you're good, shake that one off. Birdie's been immense all game. The Fijians now, you can see a few bodies on the ground just trying to stave off the cramps. Again, another conversation between Cox and Zachary.
She may have been offside, so just hold. Yeah.
They're so polite, they wait turns, the captains, right? First it's Zachary, and then I believe that was Stoles.
And look, you don't see that in a lot of other sports. Refs get a lot of trashing, and rugby, it's so different.
That's what I thought as well. I thought they were all
American fans so proud of their country.
Yeah. Potentially.
Just packed the stadium here as well. Last match here in the Washington D.C. for the Americans, and they will go to Canada and play a game on August 1st.
And, you know, you talk about all the different activations that happened this week. Hosted by the Major League Rugby men's side, Old Glory DC. Had events at the British Embassy where you brought both women's teams and both men's teams together. USA Rugby had their 50th anniversary Golden Gala. And they've had a lot of youth clinics throughout the week, hosted by multiple players of different national teams. Hats off to Old Glory for putting on a tremendous week for them, all culminating here in the nation's capital. Talk about a dream.
Really fitting, you know, and they'll go play Canada, and then Fiji's going to play a match too. They're going to play Samoa, and then they're all off to the World Cup. That opening match will be August 22nd. The United States taking on the world #1, England. They were runner-up in the 2021 Rugby World Cup. New Zealand, of course, winning the last Rugby World Cup, but I think a lot of people are hoping for some new teams in that final, but we'll have to wait. We've got a lot of rugby to go before that World Cup final. Fiji, though, big chance for them right here.
Binds! Set!
Romani with the put into the scrum. They're going to push this one forward. They get the penalty as well. Now a big choice, Bree. We know it's 7 points, but there's plenty of time on the clock.
That penalty on Hope Rogers, that is a rare mistake.
Yep.
And why not? You have the option on the penalty to go back to a scrum.
Come across. You can't do that. You need to drive straight, please.
And Cox just laying that message there for Rogers, who knows exactly what she's doing, really trying to push the envelope there. Of course, Fiji's going to take the opportunity at the scrum again, see if they can commit another penalty.
The tension with the coaches here. This one just so tight. Both would love to go into their last matches before the World Cup with a win, and it's down to the wire here.
Binds! Sets!
Another little push by Fiji. We're starting to see the power come through. Another penalty as they just fold the United States in half.
Collapse. Number 17. No, so it was far side and then this side. Okay.
This time on the other side of the front row.
Scrum.
Collapsing the scrum, and you go back to number 3. Can the U.S. get it right this time?
Give me 2 seconds, they're just talking to me.
See Kelter there. Come on, let's go, Pack. But now they could be in yellow card danger, right?
So on that first one was at the angle and came across, and then on that, the second one, she collapsed.
Stathopoulos coming in, wearing number 16, and then Katie Benson. 46 caps for Katie Benson. There's one to reach into and grab for your side.
I mean, that's a smart tactical move, right? You just had 2 bad scrums for the USA. Now bring in your energy on that in the front row subs. Get it right. You still got Leatherman now. But bringing in Stathopoulos and Benson on the other side. Good response there.
Yeah, maybe just waiting for this. It's like Sione Fukafuka knew this was coming. But now Fiji, 3rd time. They're going to tighten the screws.
Crouch! Binds! Set!
Tenson mounting. Cox wants this one out, so they'll go to the left side and straight through the middle. Just a cover tackle from Bargel. But Fiji knocking on the door. They're going to go from the base. Penalty advantage again for Fiji. The United States undisciplined here in these last few moments of this match. 10 minutes to go. Little shovel pass out for Fiji. Getting ever closer. A converted try will tie this match.
Still got the advantage for the offside.
Now out the back. It got some space, but a big tackle coming in from Matatonga. Amar's there. Can't quite get her into touch. The United States have somehow kept them out. Stathopoulos with the tackle. Penalty, though.
Yeah, and there was an error that was made earlier, so despite that defensive stance, it will remain in Fijian hands. I believe it was offsides on Kristen Bitter.
Scrum.
And they'll go another scrum. U.S. looks better on that last one, but 5 meters out, that is a tall task.
Correct. Get the binding correct. At the moment, it's been a penalty against you and you from previous, okay?
There's the warning. I was waiting for it.
And Matatonga, though, you talk about the defensive stance. She grew up in Fiji. That's number 15 for the United States. Mar doesn't quite get that tackle, but does enough for Stathopoulos to be able to get them out of bounds to at least play it safe on that phase.
Big moment in this match. Fiji split backs. 4th scrum in a matter of moments. United States under a warning. There's the crowd. Fiji would love to get on the board. They're going to go left here, straight to that inside center, but United States read that one. Decisive hit there to keep them out. They'll go quick to the left side again. Little bit of space. All of these replacements on. There's Yi. 2 meters out, Fiji. Content with slow ball. They go again. Short is the call. And again, it's a shovel pass. Look at the power, but the United States underneath it. The defense for the United States coming to the answer.
The home crowd loving that. Look at that guy. You take another replay there, both. I think spurted out a little bit earlier. Cass Bargel, your tiniest player, having to go up against the prop and basically just get landed on. Anything you could do to make sure that ball doesn't touch down. And Shabbat, coach, Sarah Shabbat loving that effort. The fans loving it too.
It was a big restart from the United States, but back into Fiji hands. The clock just rolling now. We've got about 7 minutes to go. Is that one going to be backwards? No. Fiji. Another little mistake, and the United States will take over.
The energy really driving this USA side forward. Ooh, it was tight for them in the last few minutes, and now they can actually breathe. Still in their own half, but much closer to midfield. Nice shot of Paige Lithopoulos there. Getting ready for this next scrum. Now USA's put.
They've been under the pressure, though, at scrum time. About a couple draw back. They've had a collapsed scrum. They've been under warning. Will the pressure come from Fiji? They may be licking their chops right now. There's the feet digging into that perfect turf. Little feed there from Bargel. Just trying to get it out really quickly are the Eagles. Goes to Kelter. Nice little step there, gets around one. Ball out. Benson with the carry. Nice support from the Eagles. They'd love to get a score on the board and just put this one away. Could be the nail in the coffin.
Don't touch your nine.
Bitter playing scrum half. Oh, what a little kick through, but just snagged by Fiji. Oh, pick from the base, that's very cheeky. United States with the poach attempt and the steal. I think it was Bargel again.
Oh, Bargel has had an immense shift since coming on. I think that's the second or third steal for her. And when you're a scrum half, that's what you love. Honestly, you love to do. You're kind of foaming at the mouth because you see the tackle happening in front of you, and then you go in, get that steal to your name, and look, it was the other teammates that did the hard work up front for you. But the body position and the timing for that scrum half. Taking a look now, Brody slowing them down. Bargel finishing the tackle, quick release, and then back in. She helped finish that tackle. She gets that steal. Well done.
Just a touch.
Put this one down a bit here in the United States. Have a line out. They've really picked up some distance on the kick. So a big chance for them here again. Goes second pod, Gerald Cersei. Look at that running. It's like it's on ice skates. Still going forward for the Eagles. That's a beauty of a maul. It's been brought down by the United States, so we'll play on about 10 meters out, maybe 15 meters out for the Eagles. Kelter again takes it right away. Little wiggle step, gets him all the way to the 5. Still going is Kelter, the Olympian. Look at all the hands up for the Eagles. Everybody wants it. Bargel, a little fake, gets it to Gerald Cersei. Just short of the line. Just a baby little knock on.
Oh, I'd never have forgiven you if you took me in there.
Oh, so close for the United States.
Yeah. At the moment, I'm okay, but I see what you're saying.
You take a look here. Talk about that line out. Just so smooth, that engine revving through that forward pack, going and building that momentum. And it eventually ends up in Kelter's hands to take it all the way up forward, but just reaching for the line and unfortunately losing it right before he touched that ball down. As we see Matatonga coming off, or excuse me, not coming off the field, but just getting a message from the sideline from, it looks like, Mel Bozeman. Everything to play for in these last 3.5 minutes.
Everything to go here. It's Fiji ball. 95 meters from the try line. 31-24 our score. It's been like this for a bit. We've flipped the sides of the pitch. Real steady scrum. Fiji just wants to be very safe with this ball. They go to the right side. Put a kick in. Mar may have gotten a hand on that. Pushed it down a little bit. Here's Ibarra, who went to New Zealand to build her rugby acumen and is now back with the United States, but a penalty. In from the side.
She's going straight off her feet and stop the jackal. Number 15.
That one, I believe, called on Mar. Referee said, diving over, not keeping your feet. Sometimes when you want to secure that ruck and shore it up, make sure your team gets that ball. Sometimes you can get a little too excited, lose your body weight on the ground. You have to keep your weight up. Unfortunately, Mar gets penalized for that one, and that's yet another error for the United States. Fiji now in the attacking half.
These penalties are so critical because you can pick up 20, 30 meters if you've got a great kicker, and both sides just on their kicking games this match. And now Fiji on the United States 40-meter with a chance. Off the top though, Benson. I believe that's, yep, knock on, so scrum advantage for Fiji. Still with the ball.
You must be in control and you cannot take a player out without anywhere near to do the ball.
Just like that, Wendy, it looks like when Benson had the ball in hand, it got punched out.
Don't worry about me, it's all on that, okay?
But then Fiji, with that crucial penalty, that's been the difference in this second half for both sides. Penalty count has been quite high, and maybe to be expected because of the conditions, but that's something that's really been plaguing both sides. Now the United States, though, another possession. Can they keep it in their hands? Can they kill the clock? It's just 1 minute left.
Staring down the barrel of just about a minute to go in this match. Stathopoulos with the throw. They go long, and it's off the top. Picked up in stride by Mawara of Fiji, and quickly offloaded to the inside center. Fiji so dangerous now. Ball in hand as they cross that 50-meter line. Finally brought down. Still going forward, though. A couple of players down for Fiji. It's 13 players on their feet right now. United States have stolen it, and they're shifting quickly. Brody all the way out to the edge. Tafo gone backwards, says the referee. Let's see Bargel just saying slow it down. They've got the lead. Can manage the clock a little bit here. It's Ericki getting a touch, another Denver Onyx player.
Okay.
Bargel just taking her time, finding Maitatonga on the edge. Look for that offload. Little knock on. Fiji still alive.
And even though it's 80 minutes, even though the time is cut, believe that there's one last play, which means that Fiji can have this possession. Can they take advantage of it? Very difficult task right now. You're in your own half still. You have to travel 60 meters to the try line. But I've seen crazier things, Wendy.
We have, and this is why we love this sport. It's never over until it's over. Super cliche, but it's true. This is a last-ditch moment for Fiji. Again, they would have to convert, so it would have to be 7 points. They'd have to score the try and make the conversion. As you can see, a couple players receiving attention as Cox is going way off to the edge here. So we can see the outside center, the Olympian, Dita Vutu, receiving some attention, but now back up on their feet. But this one, the United States, if they get this win and they get to go on and play Canada, will definitely bolster their confidence. But I think this actually really makes Fiji feel really great also.
Yeah, and even though it's not an actual test match, both sides are actually going to play again against each other later this week behind closed doors. It's more of a squad-wide scrimmage before they go on and play one more friendly each before going to the World Cup. So, but I agree, Fiji really has played immensely, especially in this second half, has made it very difficult for the USA.
They have, especially if you look at that halftime score where the United States had 26 points, Fiji 14 points, and they've really turned it on in that second half.
We're playing on. Let's start setting up. Yep. Playing on. We're setting up. We're going. Crouch. Binds. Set.
Little jiggle there in the front row, but Cox happy to play on. There's the pressure from Fiji. United States holding, set scrum. Here's the chance for Fiji. The last time. Big tackle coming from Mar. And the United States have stolen. Now it's their turn. Looking to maybe put it into touch. You can see all the players pointing towards the stands. United States put it into the stands. And they've done it. They've held on. The United States 5 tries to their name, to Fiji's 3. There is a penalty. We will play on. They could tap and just push it into touch, or they could choose to play.
Looks like it's going straight to Kelter. Probably just a quick tap and then kick it out.
Yeah, tap and then you can go out.
There's the question from Kelter. There's the formality. The United States 31-24. Definitely bolster their confidence as they go to Canada August 1st for their last match before the World Cup. But what a match that we had in front of us today, Bree.
I mean, it was a true showcase all across the board of women's rugby, and what an amazing sport this can be. What entertainment this can bring all across the world. You can see the devastation from Fiji, so close yet so far. They'll have a little rematch later this week, but for the United States, breaking history again for this women, it means the absolute world.
We made history today. First time the United States have played Fiji. They beat them 31-24 in front of 15,198 people in Audi Field. And what a match for the United States. You can see this.